So now that we have started with the vowels, let's continue with the consonants.
Now it's your turn. I'm tired.
Okay. So the first consonant is pronounced
Good.
okay. So if we put an A next to it, we get this one is pronounced like an N. And you put an A next to it and you get
Na.
also na in Korean means me, I, na, so na is I. Then can you guess what noise? For those who guessed you, right guess. No is you. But you can't just say no to anybody because it's a casual speech. But we will talk about that in another video because now it's just about reading Korean alphabet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Na and no.
Yes. Na and no.
You and me.
Okay. So let's continue with the next one. It's kind of pronounced like a D.
Do. Da.
Next one.
Okay. Lu. La. Lu. Past. La. Almost similar. R or L.
Next one is actually really easy to remember because it's just a square. It's a square and it is pronounced like the M. We put the A behind it and you get ma. Okay, I will give you a test. I wonder if you can read what I've written. Do you know what it means? Ma. And I guess you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand this, but this word together is Mama.
Yes, I love my mom. Mommy.
Okay, the next one is kind of pronounced like a B.
Bill.
If we put the A behind it, we get Ba. I don't know if you can remember what this sound was. It's pronounced like an N, like an N. So you can probably read another Korean word. This word is
Banana.
this one is like a B, but it's upside down. And it's pronounced like an S.
Soup.
When you put the A behind it, you get Sa.
사랑해. I love you.
And this one you have already seen before. It's the circle one. But when we talked about it, it didn't have any sound because when it comes before the vowel, it's silent. So this is just A. But we can also put them after the vowel, and when we put them after the vowel, it's pronounced like like in the word king, okay? So when the syllable starts with the circle, there's no sound, but when the syllable ends with a circle, it's like in the word king.
Okay, next, Z, and together, ja, ja, here, ja, or sleep, ja.
And if we put a stripe above it, which can go this way, the way I like to do it, or this way, the way Leading likes to do it, we get a new sound. But actually, I cannot really distinguish between this sound and this sound. But Leading is Korean, so he can distinguish really well. How do you pronounce this?
Yeah, it's pronounced cha, ja, cha, ja, za, cha, 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 ch, cha.
Okay guys, I hope you have a better ear than me, and I wish you a lot of luck with distinguishing these ones. If you can perfectly distinguish them, then congratulations, because your Korean is better than mine already.
Yeah.
You remember good that Leading taught you about before. Now it has one more stripe and it's pronounced as
Just ku, like K, ku, ku. And together, ku, ka, 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 ka.
yes. You may think that this one is like a K, but it's not just a normal K, but it is a K with aspiration. So it's not ka, but it's like
Ka, ka.
Yes, there is a flow of air after the K sound. Okay.
Ku, 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 ku. Ha, 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 ka, ka, ka. Sorry. Alright, next. Tu, tu, like key.
Yes.
Tu.
You remember this one that Leading talked about before? That was like a D sound. This one has another stripe, and now there's also an airflow. This is like a T, but it's not just like a normal T, but it's like a T with air aspiration.
Yeah, also this. Okay, tu and together ta, tu, ta, ta.
Yes, not just ta, but ha with a little bit of air.
Yeah, ta, ta. And then next pu, and then pa, pa.
You can also think about this one as a P, but this one again has a little bit of airflow.
Yeah.
So if you say this, it's not pa, but there's like a little pa sound. Pa.
Pa, pa.
Okay, and the last one has a lot of air. Can you guess what it is?
Oh, I'm happy. Oh, we are almost done. Okay, who, and together and who ha. Finally, ha.
Yes, this one is like an H, and there was actually something that I want to show you guys. But you can also write this letter two ways. So Leading likes to write it like this, but when I write it, and not just me, but also some other people, you can also write it like this.
Yeah. Is it baby?
Yes, it's small, just like me. Okay, so this is it for the letters. Now let's talk about the order in which the letters go. In a syllable cluster, the minimum letters that can go inside is 2. A lot of them have 3 letters, and the maximum amount of letters that can go inside it is 4. So let's start with syllable clusters that only have 2 letters. When they have 2 letters, they usually go from left to right. So for example, the word go, which is ka, is ka, from left to right. Okay, so like I've already explained, the a, o, I, ya and yo go from the left to the right. So for example here, ga, it starts with the consonant and then it goes right to the a. Same for b and nya. But the order does not always go from left to right. Sometimes it goes from up to down. The vowels that go from up to down are o, u, yo, and u. All the letters that go horizontal always go down, and the vertical ones always go to the left. Here, g, it starts with the consonant, and then it goes down to the vowel. Mu and bo also starts with the consonant, and then goes down to the vowel. Here's a word with 3 syllables, each one containing 2 letters, and 2 of them go from up to down, and 1 goes from left to right. This word is kokuma, and it is Korean for sweet potato. And you can see here that the o and the u go from up to down, and the ma goes from left to right. So when there are 3 letters, it goes from left to right and then down. It's like a triangle. So for example, hang, H, A, N, hang. Left, right, down. Sag, which can mean H, sag. Goes from left to right and then down. But just like I already told you, that the U and the O and the U and the yo always go from up down. This is the same rule with 3 letters. So if we say, for example, cook, we get cook, up, down, down. If we say bon with the O, we get up, down, down. Cook usually means country and bon is not that common, but I just used this as an example. And the last one is the order 4 letters, and it usually goes from left to right and then again from left to right. So I will show you what I mean. Word that goes from left to right and then we go down and from left to right again. Or take this word to left, right, down, left, right, down, left, right. When there is a U or a O or a U or a yo, it goes from up to down. So with something like kulk, we get up, down, and then after this it goes from left to right.
Dangmin is chicken. I'm hungry suddenly.
Okay, so remember left, right, and then down, left, right. And when you have one of these guys, it goes up, down, left, right. Now that Lilin has told you about pronunciations of the different letters, I want to practice reading it. And because you guys don't know Korean yet, and it's not the time to learn about Korean words, we are using English words, but we are writing them the Korean way. So this word has 3 letters, and if you still remember the letters the way Lilin taught you, you might know what this word means. So, do you guys know what this word means?
Yeah. Yes, I know.
So, what is this word?
King.
Yes, if you guessed king, you're right. This is king. Okay, next word. Okay, I will give you a hint for this one. It's something that you can eat, but it's also the name of a really, really, really famous idol. Do you think you can guess it? If you guess
Sugar.
yeah, or in English sugar, then you're right.
In Korean, sugar.
Yes.
Sugar.
Okay. Can you guess this one? I'll give you a hint. You can drink it and it keeps you awake when you drink it too late.
Yeah.
I think with my hints, even if you can't read it, you probably already know what it is. It is
Coffee. In Korean, coffee. In English, coffee.
yes. Oh, I forgot to tell you this, but in Korean you don't have the F sound. So in Korean, you don't have the F sound. So instead of the F sound, they use this one.
But in Korean, coffee. P.
Yes, coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys guess this one? I will give you a hint. I bet many of you really like this person. You know it?
Yeah.
What is this, Lily?
Ambitious.
Which member?
What?
Which member?
정국.
Yes.
정국. 정국. Yeah, but I think it's quite hard to skeletons.
Okay, can you read this one? I will give you a hint. You can eat it. It's not something that vegetarian people can eat. You know the answer? What is the answer, leading?
It's chicken.
Yes, or in English, chicken.
Chicken.
Yes.
Chicken. In Korean, 치킨. 치킨. 야, 치킨 먹으러 갈래?
Yes, let's go eat some chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, I will give you guys a hint. It's the name of a really cute member of a famous boy band.
Like me.
You know who it is? How do you read this name?
Jimin.
Yes.
Jimin from BTS. Jimin. 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 Yumin.
Okay, now we've practiced with 2 syllables, but I want to practice with 3 syllables too. So it will get a little bit harder, but if you can do this, then be proud of yourself. Okay, this might be a little bit difficult. Wow, you already told what it is.
No, like keep going.
Okay, so now you already know it, but how is this pronounced?
Computer.
Yes, computer. It's computer. And just like many other languages, also Korean borrows a lot of words from English.
Yeah, in English, computer. And in Korean, computer.
Yes.
Computer.
Some words get translated a little bit strange, like Superman. In English it's Superman, but how is it in Korean?
Superman.
Yes, Shupo. I don't know why they say Shupo when they can just say Supo.
Yeah, Superman. In English, Superman. Oh, I'm confused.
Okay. Can you guys read this word? I'll give you a hint.
It looks like a lobster.
I will give you a hint. It's makeup. It's the name of a makeup product. Can you guess what it is? What is it leading? Wow, you shouldn't do that. You're spoiling everything.
Yeah. Lipstick.
Yes, lipstick. And how do you pronounce it in Korean?
Lipstick.
In Korean, you cannot have 2 consonants following each other. So stick gets changed into stick because they cannot pronounce the S with the T. They need the between it. Stick. So also when Korean people say drama, they cannot say drama, but they say drama. How do you say drama?
Drama.
Yes, drama. So keep that in mind that in Korean, when there are 2 consonants following each other, usually the gets between it. And that's because in the Korean language, 2 consonants never really follow each other. So when they borrow those words from English, they put a lot of these between it.
드라마. 한국 아줌마들 드라마 엄청 좋아해.
Can you write drama down?
Sorry?
Can you write drama down?
Yeah. Wow, it's excellent.
Okay, so drama. In English, drama. In Korean, drama.
Drama, no. Drama.
And now we're really almost finished, but I will give you a really hard word. Okay guys, I promise you this is the last word, and if you cannot read it or it's too difficult, please don't be discouraged because this is actually a high level word, and I guess many of you will not be able to guess it right. So please don't worry if you cannot read it, but if you are able to read it and you know what the meaning is, then I guess you will learn Korean in no time. So I will give you the hint. You can eat it and it's very healthy for your body. You think you know what it is?
I like this food.
Okay. What is the name of this vegetable, Lily?
Broccoli.
Yes, right, broccoli. And how is it pronounced in Korean?
Broccoli.
Right, broccoli. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it for today. I hope after this class you can read Korean. And even if you don't know any words, at least you can read it and you know how things are pronounced.
Wow, who written this? It's perfect.
Yeah, your writing is not as bad after all.
No, I'm just kidding. Alright, what about today's teaching?
I really hope that after today's teaching, you can read some Korean words, and even though you probably don't know what it means, at least you can know how it's pronounced.
너희 지금 이 노티스볼에 적혀있는 잉글리시 보이지? 보인다면 바로 subscribe 눌러. 그리고 밑에 이모티콘 보이지? Press the alarm button. 만약에 너희 이거 안 보인다면 카메라 앞으로 더 가까이 와. Bye, skeletons.
Bye-bye.
Adios, skeletons. 안녕. Today we are gonna learn about Korean alphabet. In Korean, 한국.
한글.
한글.
한국어도 몰라?